Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Bea and you're part of Bea-Keeper of Plants. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're returning, thank you so much. I made a sign because I have acquired 15 new subscribers. So here's to you, and it says, Bea-Keeper of Plants welcomes you. And I am so thankful that you guys are along for this planting journey with me. So, green thumbs up. Let's get started with today's video. In today's video, I have chosen 6 Hoyas that I'm going to share with you. I'm going to talk about their growth and how well they have grown for me, and even if I can remember where I got them from. And then I have a miracle plant that I'm going to share with you. Don't know how I did it, but it's doing its thing, and I want to share that with you. But before we get started with any of this, let me ask you a question. How many of you have gone thrifting at a Goodwill store, antique store for your plants? How many of you have done that? I know I have, but I have done something even probably more odd than probably you guys have ever done. I have even gone dumpster diving. Yeah, that's odd, right? But let me tell you, not just any dumpster. I'm talking about TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Hobby Lobby. And what I do sometimes, not often, but I've done it, is you go in the back of the parking area, in the back of the store where they have all those dumpsters, and usually what they do, they will throw out beautiful furnishings, and you can pick whatever it is that you want. It's in the dumpster or it's laid out near the dumpster, and if you find something that you want, you get it, put it in your car and use it for whatever you want to use it for. And they throw things out all the time. For instance, if it's a mirror and the mirror has just a crack at the bottom, they'll throw it out instead of sending it back. And so you can pick that up and use it. Nobody's going to notice that it has a crack at the very bottom, and it's perfectly good. Another thing that I've done is going thrifting on the side of the road. For instance, in some neighborhoods, you know how people move out and they're not able to take all of their furnishings for whatever reason. Maybe they're downsizing. Maybe they're going to get a whole new house of furniture. So what I do, I'll go and rummage through the furniture and see exactly what it is I might be able to use for my plant room or my plants or the patio, and I take it home with me. A good example of that is, you know how you have a 2-tier little shelf for your bathroom, and you can sit whatever you want on that shelf. Well, I found one. Usually they're white. I took it, brought it home, and painted it terracotta, and it now sits on the front of my porch outside. So you can do things like that. You don't always have to go to IKEA and go and buy all of these fancy shelvings like the one you see behind me, which brings me to the shelf that I have for all of my Hoyas. This shelf here is a repurposed shelf that I got from an antique store. It has been sitting in my kitchen nook, and I had my roosters on it. I also had some Corningware because I like to collect Corningware, old Corningware. And so what I did this week, I said, you know what? I need a shelf for all of the Hoyas that I have. I don't have very many. I only have 21. And it's a growing collection. But what was happening is some of the Hoyas were in the plant room. Some of them were even in the kitchen nook area. And I couldn't keep up with the watering. I couldn't keep up with the growth. Do I need to repot it? So I took that shelf and I repurposed it. Took it out of the kitchen nook, and now it's in the plant room, and my Hoyas are sitting on that. So I tell you, I will use anything. If I think my plants can use it, I will use it, bring it home, clean it up, and use it. How many of you have ever done that? Let me know in the comments if you've ever done that. So let's get started with today's video. I have 6 Hoyas that I want to share with you. and share with you their growth, perhaps where I got it from, what am I doing, and maybe if there's time, I'll do a repot on one of them. So let's look at the first one. The first one is my Hoya Brahmanica. I got this particular Hoya this fall, and I got her from an Etsy seller, and it's called Angelic Plants. That's the name of it, Angelic Plants, and her name is Linda. And when you look at this plant, you can see that it has 2 new leaves that are growing at the top, okay? Not only that, but also this little tendril here, which is the shortest one, it's growing. And I have really enjoyed this plant. I have it sitting in like a self-watering pot, and the reason being is because it likes to be watered, but also the reservoir keeps it moist, keep the soil moist, and you can see some of the roots are coming out of the side of the pot. You see a root there, right? And if I keep turning, you will see more. So this Hoya Brahmanica is very, very happy. And I repotted it, it says on March 11th. I repotted it and put it in here. And usually when I water it, water will fall in the reservoir. I pour some of it out and leave a little bit of it in. And this plant has done well. Excuse me. Hoya Brahmanica. And I love the leaves. The leaves are thick, but also they're thin enough or narrow enough that they can fit on my plant shelf. And you can see the leaves at the top because they are a different color. You see how nice and light green they are in comparison to the older leaves. Okay, this was Hoya number 1. Okay, the next Hoya I would like to share with you is Hoya Rosita. Hoya Rosita is a monster of a Hoya. I did a video and I said to you guys, if you're sleeping on Ace Hardware, don't sleep on Ace Hardware. Don't sleep on Lowe's and Home Depot. Because I tell you, I got this guy here this winter as well. And she has grown like gangbusters. Look at this tendril here. This tendril here has a growing leaf at the top. You can see all of the roots that are growing. Also, you see the 2 new leaves that are coming in. Okay. Not only that, but this has a nice new growth coming in here. If you can see that, that's new. All of this has grown in my care. All of this right here has grown in my care. Okay. Then this has begun to hang a little bit more for me. So it has grown longer. And you can see also at the tip, there are some leaves that are beginning to form at the tip where my knuckles are. One thing I like about this particular Hoya here is I love the margin. It has a nice dark maroon colored margin. The leaves are dark green. They're thick and very easy to tell when I need to water this plant. I hardly water this plant unless the pot feels light. And so if the pot doesn't feel light, I will not water the plant. And the leaves, like I said, are thick enough for me to tell if I need to water this Hoya here. It is Hoya Rosita, very pretty Hoya. You see that it's beginning to trail. I love it. Okay, so this was number 2. And I got this, like I said, from Home Depot. I got it this winter. Okay, the third Hoya came from Canopy Plant Co. And it is called Hoya Cresio Pedialada. This is a beautiful, beautiful plant. And it has grown for me like gangbusters. You see, I now have it on a trellis. This trellis came from Hobby Lobby. But also, it has grown this tendril here that is growing longer. And you see that it has a new leaf. You can see that new leaf that's growing and developing. This leaf here is hardening off as well. And the rest of the plant has come or is the way I bought it. But it is growing beautifully, beautifully for me. And I can't show you on the very inside of the pot, but there's a nice new growth that's growing on the inside of the pot. Hoya Cresio Pedialada. Easy plant to take care of. One that I have enjoyed. And I love the leaves. Beautiful, beautiful leaves. Look at the veining, the dark veining. I don't water this plant unless it is dry, about the first inch of soil, or once again, I can weigh the pot itself and it'll let me know that it needs watering. One thing about Hoyas, especially if you get a Hoya that has thicker leaves, the thicker leaf plant will hardly ever need to be watered. So that's a good thing when you're buying certain plants. The thicker the leaf, the less likely you will need to always water your plant. So Hoya Cresio Pedialada is Hoya number 3. Hoya number 4. Hoya Rihanna. And I called her Rihanna on one of the videos. She also came from angelic plant, Linda, and she has grown like gangbusters. This is a tendril that has grown longer for me. This one here. Then it has also a new tendril right here. Let me try to get it for you. Right here, that's growing. That's a new tendril that's growing for me. And then on the end here, you will see new leaves on the very end here that's growing. Real easy plant to take care of. I have enjoyed growing her in my collection. Let's take a look at the roots. The difference in this plant as far as leaves are concerned, the leaves aren't very thick, but I have it growing in the same type of watering system, and it's growing well. There aren't any new roots peeking out as of yet. Growing well. I water it and then I let the water sit in the reservoir, and it has done well. Hoya Cresio Pedialada, Hoya number 4. Okay. The 5th Hoya is a Hoya that came from Home Depot. Bought it this winter. And this Hoya here is a beautiful, beautiful Hoya. It is Hoya macrofila. And when I bought this Hoya this winter, it had a hole in one of its leaves, because you know how they put the stake in there and it had a hole. As a matter of fact, here's the leaf here where the hole is. But it has since cured itself. But it's doing so beautiful for me. And it has this long tendril here. If I go back, you can kind of see it. It has a long tendril here. And the long tendril has a new growth. You see where it's growing? Not only that, but you can see all of the roots. And some of these roots will also turn into leaves. One of the tendrils that I'm really stoked about is this one here. Look at this beautiful leaf. It has not hardened off. And when a Hoya macrofila leaf comes in, it comes in this deep yellow margin, and then it'll turn kind of subtle, a subtle pale yellow. So I'm really, really stoked about that. It's a beautiful new leaf. And like I said, it hasn't hardened off yet. And the tendril is continuing to grow. See that? It's continuing to grow. Okay? I have a second tendril here that has just shot up in the last 2 weeks. So I'm really thrilled about this girl here. And this will be one that I will be repotting, because on the bottom, you can see the roots. It is ready to be rehomed. So I have a pot that I'm going to repot her in. Hoya macrofila, Hoya number 5. It came from Home Depot. Okay? And then the last Hoya I'm going to show you this afternoon is this Hoya. This is Hoya Carnosa. Okay? Our last Hoya. This has so many special characteristics about it. The first one is, look at the color of the tendrils. The tendrils, I don't know if you can see that color, but it is a deep maroon or deep burgundy. It may look black, but it's not. It's a deep, deep burgundy. And I really didn't notice that until this week. Look at this one here. Deep burgundy. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, this Hoya Carnosa here has grown new leaves. You see those 2 new leaves there. It has 2 new leaves that are coming out, and then the tip also has new leaves that are coming. Okay? This tendril here has 2 new leaves that are going to be coming out as well. If you can see that, I hope you can. Then this tendril here has 2 new leaves that have already come out. You can see that. And this last tendril here has new leaves that are going to come out at the tip. So this Hoya here has a total of 4 tendrils that I did not grow in my, didn't grow with me, but I have continued to watch these tendrils grow and develop new leaves. And this particular Hoya here needs a repot. You can look at the leaves here. It also needs a repot. So I'm really excited about having to repot my Hoyas, because guess what? Usually Hoyas take time to grow and develop roots, and these 2 need to have a repot. So we're going to be doing at least one of those on camera. Now, The last plant I want to share with you, and it's not a Hoya, it's my Fiddle Leaf Fig. Let me tell you a little bit about it. My daughter had bought a Fiddle Leaf Fig plant, and inside the pot there were several plants, and I took one of them. When I took it, I put it in the kitchen nook where it was getting bright morning light, but I was over watering it. What I have since learned is if your plant is a woody plant, you really don't have to water it. You really don't. You don't have to water it a lot. Let me just restate that. You don't have to water it a lot. And I was over watering my Fiddle Leaf Fig and it died. So instead of throwing it away, I did an experiment. And let me share my experiment with you. I took this Fiddle Leaf Fig and I put it in this water bottle. And if you look very closely, you should be able to see all of the new roots that have grown. I did this winter. As a matter of fact, I have it dated on February 21st. And so I had this leaf here, and I had this leaf here, and I had this leaf here that was the only green leaf, which leaves me with the 3 new leaves that have grown in my care, y'all. Look at that. Look at that. And then on the inside, you see that another leaf is going to come out. And I know it's a leaf because at the very tip, it's green. So I'm almost certain that's a leaf. So I'm trying to consider 1 or 2 things. Am I going to go on and repot her maybe next week? If so, I'll let you know in another video. Or should I let her continue to grow more roots? Don't know, but you will know because I'll show her to you if I repot her. So let's go on and get started with one of the repots. Should I repot number 5, the macrofila, which has the roots coming out? Or should I repot the Carnosa, which has some roots coming out? Which one? Which one do you think I'm going to repot? I will tell you. I'm going to repot the macrofila. The reason being is because it has more roots that are coming out. So I believe that this girl here needs to be repotted pronto. So let's get started with that. I'm going to move everything over so I can have room to work. Okay? So the Hoya Carnosa, I'll let it continue to grow just a little bit for me. So let's take it out of its pot. And we're going to put her in to a pot that's a little larger than what it's already in. So let's take her out gently. The plant has already been watered, which is good. So she's number 5, and Carnosa was number 6. So let's put that tag back in. Okay, so we're going to take her out, and I'm going to let you see the root system. Let's look at the root system, y'all. Look at that. Hold on. Whew. Making a mess, but that's okay. Move this up a little bit. Look at the root system. Look at it. It is ready for its new home, y'all. So we're going to do just that. We're going to give it its new home. And the pot that I'm going to use for it is this one here, okay? So what I'm going to do is just fill in the bottom with my chunky mix. My chunky mix has a bit of, this is a type of odd rock here. It has perlite in it. It has some pumice in it, and it also has some bark chips. So I'm gonna go on and fill the bottom of the pot. Okay, just a little bit. And I'm not gonna disturb the roots too much, and I'm gonna sit it right there on top of this new soil. And we will feel around it. So let's do that. And I believe it's going to be happy in its new home because the roots were coming out of the bottom of the pot. And I made my own soil mix myself. I didn't buy anything special. That like a Hoya potting mix. I didn't do that. I just made my own. Because the other Hoyas in my care have enjoyed my potting mix. Now, before I continue, I'm going to use my 𝒔𝒂 Okay, I'm going to use this and put some in my hand, like so. And put around the base of the plant. And then use my hand to put the 𝒔𝒂 into the soil. And then continue filling around the side of the pot. And I tell you, this plant is gonna be a happier girl. And the other Hoya, what I'll do is wait, like I said, until I have more roots coming out of it. As far as the Fiddle Leaf Fig, I'm gonna have to find a pot that I'm gonna put it in, and then I will showcase it on my next video, so you'll be able to see it. So she'll make an appearance, guys, in the next video. So stay tuned for that. Okay. Here she is. She's in her new home, Hoya macrofila variegata. Okay. Put her tag back in. She won't need to be repotted in another year. Okay. And she was number 5 on the list. New home. I hope you have enjoyed visiting with me on this video. Once again, I am stoked about the number of new subscribers I have. Thank you for tuning in and enjoying what you have been seeing. If there's something that you want to see, let me know. And if I have that plan, or if I can speak on that topic, I'll do it. So before I go, I would like to ask you to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you'll know when I upload another video. Okay? Until then, I have so enjoyed spending my time with you, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Until next time, I will see you soon. Bye-bye.